All right, family. We black once again with the general. We got some, developments, in this Iran conflict, United States, Iran, Israel, and everybody else in the region, including Australia. Did I say Australia? But they are in support of the United States, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and many other nations in the region. What are we seeing here today? What is this all about? Is the United States just being an imperialist, going around just, jumping on nations, taking a geographical assets and oil and things of this nature? Uh, yes. But for good reason. And why do we say this? Because again, when you come to this page, you talking about power. If you come here because you believe in we are the world, and you believe that we gonna eat fruit and skip through the daisies and and sing what they call them, you're gonna just sing old folk tale songs and things. That's not the world we living in. Okay, that's not the world we living in. This world and has always been about the big dog. It's never been a time where it hasn't been the big dog, the little dog, the dead dog. It's just that simple. I don't know what world you living in a utopian dream. And so Iran historically has been the big dog. Power to my family out there. Iran has been the big dog. Iran is still a powerhouse in the world of Islam. Okay, being the chief representative of Shiite Islam. You see, being the chief representative of Shiite Islam. So they got weight in the world in that respects. And so Iran has been screaming death to America for a long time now. Okay, right or wrong, people say, without taking sides, we just on the outside looking in and acknowledging that this is a battle of wheels of two different, the crusades. If we're gonna say it like it is, it's the continuation of the crusade. It's never, and when we get off into the crusades, the Christians have been some of the most sloppy, most degenerate, imperialistic, aspects of this whole crusade thing. You see what I'm saying? And so, so we understand what's going on right now. We understand what's going on right now. We ain't got no bone in the fight. We ain't got no bone in the fight, but we must analyze this for the benefit of strategy, strategic thought, not for you to feel like, this is some utopian moment where you got to put daisies in your ears and run out and streak in front and say, stop the war and all. And no. It's time to get it on. It's time to get it on. You've been screaming death to America. Nah, they show up to your door. They show up to you, and everybody out there, they say, oh, America, you big bully. And no. If you tell anybody on the street, man, death to you, I'm coming to see you, I'm gonna take some things from you, then don't be upset when somebody say, you know what, I'm just not feeling that way. I don't think you gonna do nothing. As a matter of fact, since you say you gonna take, I'm gonna take something from you. Okay, and so now that day has come and they done knocked on Iran door. They ain't even knocked, they didn't kick the door off the hinges. And it's pretty much, this is what the world has been expecting. nobody has ever expected that the United States and Iran was going to get over all of this going back and forth for the last 40 years, 40 some years. You know, they've been going back and forth, you know, hate, you know, and throwing back, you know, on each other. And, you know, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So what are we seeing today? And, you know, Donald Trump, you know, not necessarily, we just talking about on the outside looking in. Everything that he said he was going to do, he doing. He doing. So if he kind of like, you know, he only like, you know, like what's his name? Bob Barker on The Price is Right. Let's make a deal. You know what I'm saying? Bob Barker on The Price is Right. Let's make a deal. Because I'm going to tell you, once them ships show up out of there, it's looking like once the ships show up, they coming in. So, I mean, I'm just looking. I mean, are y'all with me out there? Once the ships show up out there in your water, they coming in. I don't want to hear nothing about your philosophy out here. We talking about military strategy. Ain't got nothing to do with your philosophy. They didn't bum rushed a whole lot of nations and threw the philosophers in jail. You see, you will be in the jail philosophizing, but you're going to be down there for the rest of your life because you ain't coming up out of there. You see what I'm saying? So just know that. So my thing is to study this from a strategic standpoint. So if you're ever in a predicament, you can be victorious. You got a possibility of being victorious out here. That's what I'm saying to my people, because y'all niggas is always philosophical, but you stay losing. I'm trying to figure that out. But you stay losing. Figure that out. Why is it that you comfortable in the philosophy that you spitting out here, but you stay losing? Okay, when you gonna win? What y'all waiting on the horn to blow in the sky? Y'all waiting on and angels gonna come down and save you, and that's what you believe, right? So what's happening? And I'm gonna brag, and I'm looking at the dominoes fall. See, the thing is, y'all don't understand that everything is a domino. They got them lined up, and they knocking them down one by one. Don't make no difference where it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. They still got it don't make no difference. Don't make no difference whether don't make no difference. Don't make no difference. You can say who a puppet for who, it don't make no difference. They over there. They in there. They in there right now. Okay, they in there right now. And so if they is, but they still got a stake in the game. They still got a stake in the game regardless. Still got a stake in the game, because the man talking about launching shit over here. What is you talking about? It don't make no difference. That don't got nothing to do with where the missile gonna land at. So you can put that in there. Don't make no difference. They ain't gonna call you up and say, you know what, good brother, I've been hearing you dropping some real strong philosophy on the internet. We're going to call you up when we ready to send the missiles over there that way. We're going to make sure we call you up so you can get you and your family to safety. We're going to call you up. Okay, good brother, we like that philosophy that you spitting on the internet. They don't give a damn about you. You can spit all that philosophy. We know who is who. We watching the dragon so we can understand what's going on. You stay losing. You got all the quotes. You got all that. You know what I'm saying? You got all that. But you losing. You know why? Because you can't bring the rules of you know, daisies and we are the world and to a warmongering battlefield and think you're going to win. So it don't make no difference. We all knew that Iran was going to get it long time ago. We already knew that because Iran want it. Okay, it ain't that they over there innocent. Iran want it. They want to be, they got this vision of Islam ruling the world. I know this. I'm not a fool. They got a vision of Islam ruling the world. Okay? So understand, I don't know where you got a myopic view of what's going on. So regardless of whatever you believe, and that includes you, Iran ain't got no love for black people. I could tell you that. So if you think they got some love for you, you confused. Okay, so what we looking at is they went into Venezuela. I could get deeper into that, but I'm not. They went into Venezuela. We shutting down the largest oil reserve. We seizing that. Got to have that because they got a vision. See, y'all see all of this. This is just preliminary. They got a vision. Ultimately, just in case China want to get into it, we're going to start knocking down things that support China right now. That's what they're looking at. Okay, Russia too. We're going to squeeze y'all from the outside right now. We're going to, and when y'all get ready to want to get busy, we're going to bend and squeeze every lifeline that you got. You see, so right now, they got that Monroe doctrine over here in the Western Hemisphere. Nobody in the Western Hemisphere gonna be talking against the United States. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I know y'all want to. I don't want to debate with you. I'm just telling you the doctrine, and I'm telling you that 10 times out of 10, if they show up to your door, the door coming off the hinges. Can I be real with you? Can I be real with your family? Let me be real with you. 10 times, regardless of your comments out there, regardless how many times you say, oh, America, we know that. That's old news. That ain't stopping the dough from coming off the hinges. That's old news. That ain't stopping no dough coming off the hinges. So why is you in here, in America is dead? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Dough coming off the hinges. 10 times out of 10, they show up to the dough coming off the hinges. Okay, so they didn't already said nobody in the Western Hemisphere gonna go against the United States. Venezuela, Monroe, and it's something deeper to that, but had a Chinese connection. Where Maduro at? He in the basement. You see what I'm saying? In New York somewhere, wherever they got him. You don't even know where. You'll never see him again. He's never coming out of there. Okay? He's never coming out of there. So he's in the basement somewhere. His wife seized the oil. So majority of the nations in South America, Latin America, they was getting oil from Venezuela. They want to continue to get oil, gas. Cuba bowing down. Shouldn't have let Russia dock them ships in Cuba. You let them dock them ships. You gonna pay. You gonna pay. You want me to tell you the truth? I'm gonna tell you the truth. You let Russia come up in there, dock them military ships in Cuba, you gonna pay. So you can put all the comments in there. Them people don't give a damn. They ain't got no gas down there. They don't give a goddamn about none you talking about in the comments. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. So you could try to put the best, man, the Americas is, and them people down here say, nigga, can you turn this gas on? That's all we want to know. Okay, so now they got the gas. So Cuba, Russia will never come across that water again. I guarantee you. If Russia come across that water again, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, it's gonna be a problem. If they bring some military ships across that water again, it's gonna be a problem because Cuba is coming under the power of the United States. Panama Canal. They were saying something about the Panama Canal, right? Who got control of the Panama Canal? United States. United States. You see, and then you see Canada was kind of beefing with, talking crazy for a minute, because United States is saying you're going to have to come in. Why is they saying that? Because they are anticipating maybe getting into a war with Russia or China or both of them. So they know that upper, Canada being on the Arctic Circle up there. You see, we're going to talk about that. Greenland. See, because they shooting the missiles over the North Pole, the Arctic Circle. You see, understand that. We're not on no flat map. So when they shoot the missiles from Russia and China, they shooting them over the Arctic Circle. You see, so up northern Canada, Greenland, that's going to be the frontline defense, missile defense. So they're not talking to Denmark. They're going to take Green. If you listen to what I'm saying, they taking Greenland. They taking that. Because what can Denmark do? Russia about to run up in Denmark right now. And Russia took Crimea. Have anybody been able to get Crimea back? No. So you think they're going to let Russia take Greenland, knowing how critical, geographically critical Greenland is to the United States in the missile defense system? Let Russia get Greenland, let China get, and let them put missiles on Greenland so they can attack the United States. And and that would be devastating to let Russia get China get Green. That would be devastating. I don't care to hear nothing about what you're talking about. So yes, take it. So I believe, and I know, and sometime if they ain't already quietly took it already, you see what I'm saying? Quietly took it already, but they're gonna take Greenland one way or another, because everything that he's saying that he's gonna take it. And you see, Canada supported United States along with Australia, supported the United States while little yellow belly, Keir Starmer, the prime minister. I don't want to try to necessarily go off on Britain because everybody over there ain't for what Keir Starmer is about. He's a yellow belly. Donald Trump has been bullying Keir Starmer for a while now, okay? Live on TV, bullying him, telling him to shut up, and right there on TV. So Keir Starmer feels bullied by Donald Trump. So he feels that he need to show, stick his chest out and say, no, you cannot take off from the British bases. Man, listen here. They gonna seize Diego Garcia. Man, listen to what I'm telling. And dare anybody down over there in Britain to take it back. How you gonna get it back if they take it? You ain't gonna do nothing. Thank you, family. Ain't no telling what they got going on in the Epstein file. It don't even make everybody in it. Shit. Everybody in it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that you think in it and more. So it's an elite thing. So I mean, it ain't like people, I don't even want to get off into it because it's the Roman way. It's the Greco-Roman way. They still continue. So why am I going to sit up here and be surprised knowing that that's the dominant thing in the culture? You worry about the Epstein file. Hell, that's the dominant culture with them anyway. So that's what it is. It ain't just the files. It's the reality of the world in which you're living in. So you're going to either go to war with the Western world, or you're going to sit back and watch these type of situations happen over and over. So now they taking the Strait of Hormuz. That's next up on the list. Not just taking Iran, because China and Iran is trying to build a railway and all of that, So Iran is supporting China and Russia. One of the major supporters, but not just Iran, the Strait of Hormuz. You understand, where over 20% of the world's oil production is moving through the Strait of Hormuz. United States is going to seize that. China China is saying, please keep the oil coming through, even though they have options outside of Iran. You got Saudi Arabia, you got Russia, you got them, but that's gonna push them in a deeper hole. If they go that way, they're going deeper and deeper in the hole. And so to show you how much China need that, and they anticipating this railway of oil, where they could move oil straight on from the land because they know the United States is seizing the waterways. That's just a wrap. They're going to seize the waterway from South China Sea, Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, Persian Gulf. That's under wraps. So now they're looking for an alternative. They're looking for an alternative. Wait a minute, here we go. Hold on, family. We here, family. It just froze a little bit. That's all right. It just froze a little bit. But anyway, you see, and so that's where we at right now. And so they're gonna see that and they're gonna shut off China, in that aspect. And yes, they might have an alternative to Iran, but they pushing them back over there and into they shrinking the world of China, shrinking their ability to move and influence outside of anywhere other than China. So this is a very critical move that's happening today. Like it or not, it's who gonna be the big dog, who gonna be the little dog, who gonna be the dead dog. That's it. Listen to me when I tell you. That's the equation of power today. Who gonna be the big dog? Who gonna be the little dog? Who gonna be the dead dog? Okay? You figure it out. Which one you intend on being. Appreciate y'all, family. We got a lot of it's Saturday, so we getting down tonight. So y'all might as well get ready to tune in. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna kick it with y'all about the missile defense system. I'm gonna kick it. I got them on Patreon. I'm gonna put it up very soon where we're gonna be talking about China and the Mexican cartel, how they've been trying to undermine the United States with narcotics. That's gonna be on Patreon. It's gonna be too far for YouTube, but I'm showing you that these people not playing. They warring with you in ways that you do not know. Okay, believe me when I tell you. So the Chinaman over here and that's why they about to go down there. That's why they about to go down there in Mexico. They coming. That's why they done knocked off that El whatever his name, Mucho. Yeah, El Mucho. El Mucho up out of here. You see what I'm saying? El Mucho up out of here. We like it or not. And it's gonna be a lot of more L's, Muchos getting, you understand, on their way to the dirt. But anyway, family, this is General Sarah Susan Seti. I appreciate y'all, man. Click that link, Patreon. Get over there if y'all want to check out that fire live stream tonight dealing with China, the Mexican cartel, and their narcotic assault on the United States. Don't you dare miss it, family. All right, family. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on the wicked beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black Pop.